I would like to start off by telling a story about when I worked in Alaska. I worked at a fishing resort, so I worked with fish every day. I worked with a person that wasn't all that easy to work with. I'm sure some of you can relate. Keep in mind that I was stuck on this island for 4 months with this person, so I knew that communication with him was going to be important. But for some reason, it wasn't. It was hard for me to communicate with him. I don't know if it was because he was 6'5", 200 pounds, and it felt like he could rip me in half at any second, or that I was just out of high school and I have never done anything like this in my life, and I was extremely intimidated. There were many things that he did that rubbed me the wrong way. For example, he wasn't very thorough cleaning the fish room every night. It was his turn to do the fish. And it made me look bad because I would have to clean it up the next day, and much of the time the blame was put on me for not cleaning it correctly, even when I knew I always did a great job leaving that fish room spotless, even after a long night's work. I just took the blame much of the time and moved on, until one night I just let everything off my chest to the manager. But when I did it with my coworker right around the corner, listening to every word. I felt terrible. He wanted me to say everything I vented to my manager to his face. I froze. I didn't know what to do. What I want to talk about is how to avoid these situations with coworkers. To start off, I have some facts about coworkers, 2 of them in specific. 69% of employees say they would work harder if they were appreciated. So it's important to appreciate those we work with. And the second fact is that 41% of Americans define their coworkers as just coworkers instead of friends or anything of that type. And here are some easy solutions to avoid these awkward solutions with those you work. Solution number 1, learn to voice your thoughts. Practice in your head what you're going to say and what they might respond to. The second solution is get to know their perspective. This means making sure they understand all of their duties and responsibilities. Perhaps they are unaware of certain obligations, or they were not even trained properly. The third solution is accept their personality. This one can be really hard, but accepting who people are makes all the difference. Sometimes working with people is like having a family. You're stuck with who you get. But this means that you don't have to make friends with everyone, but just be accepting of who they are. And communicate what problems you are having. This fourth solution is important because when you let people know what problems you're having and you do it in a dignified manner, they will respond in a positive way. Always give compliments before criticizing. And do it sooner than later, because letting problems build up is not good for communication. I learned that the hard way. And lastly, think about how you sound and look like, offering advice to others. Ask yourself if it comes across as offensive or annoying. And lastly, just to remember, as you work with your coworkers, is to know that it's going to be hard to communicate with them often. And that don't tattle on the person before talking to them first. That was my mistake. And then lastly, when in doubt, talk it out. Thank you.